Okay, wait. I'll start. I'll try to be high energy. I fucking hate this.
And someone watches like he's being fake. He's so
Be- si
he's
Andren
playing it up for the
si
camera.
Andren just nods. Parang I've seen this. I've seen this side of him.
No, no, no.
That's that's how it. I wait. Sabihin ko lang. I remember na si Joyce. She's like an old comedian, like one of the vet comedians, pero like ka-age namin ni Andren, and like
Yeah.
she was trying to not defending me, pero like she was trying to tell people na parang no no no, just Josel's not quiet. He's madaldal si Josel. He'll talk your ear off. Ayan, she's
I think that put too much pressure on you.
yeah, well,
Um,
you know, anyway. Okay, next start na mag-stream. I'll let's start na. Okay, it's gonna go live na in a
Live.
bit. I'll say kapag live na siya.
Sige.
Okay. Okay, we're live na sa welcome. Welcome everyone to the Gaming Gamers podcast. The podcast of the
it's great.
it's grading, it's horrible na agad. Like I failed na agad sa
That's
intro.
No, no,
never
relax.
really good.
It's fine. It's
No,
fine. It's
kasi
really
may video, I can see si Andren cringing to the left
no.
of me.
I am not cringing.
He's
It's
like,
more of like good job, Giselle. You're doing
oh,
great.
okay. It's
That's
like,
just how I. Yeah, yeah. Did you see me do like this? But like,
is that yun yung effect nung high energy?
No, he
na
got chills. He got chills because
got
it's so good.
chills.
That was
yeah,
great.
made
of the
you
douche variety. Let's,
made you pee a little bit.
yeah.
To the left of me is Andren John Bernardo. To the bottom is River Cruz. My
That's right. I'm a bottom.
You're
In every sense of the word.
sweet bottom. I am Josel Nicolas. We are the Gaming Gamers. Wow, yes, nagkaroon naman tinong intro kahit papano. Episode 2. Episode 2.
3. Oh, wait, are we? Are we retconning the first episode?
That's
So this is
episode
2?
0. That's like for the
Oh.
Patreon. Na parang if they want to hear yung I'm already setting up. Ganun.
Yeah.
So, you know, I acted like a real hero back then. Na I really took one for the team. And you know what? I think we should discuss heroes and villains. Our favorite
There you
video
go.
game protagonists.
Yes.
I miss doing drugs. Okay, let's do this.
I wish I was on drugs.
Um,
I don't-
um, okay, let me just set it up na parang meron tayo educational literary framework. Um, Video games are an interactive medium, right? Na
Yeah.
you play
Sure, yeah.
the person that you play as is an avatar, a representative of you. At the same time, video games are also a storytelling medium. So, in a way, you also become the character. You're also an actor, right?
Hmm.
And this is what we're gonna discuss. Who are our favorite video game protagonists? I have nothing. I literally have nothing.
You do your homework for this episode.
I was trying to think of what makes like a good video game protagonist, and I'm thinking that no, they have to be blank. Like they have to be next to
Uh,
nothing. You know, that's why
Well,
that's why I picked si Cloud sa picture to promote yung episode. Like he's almost like Link. He's almost like a silent protagonist, right? But like with a backstory. Ganun.
yeah.
I feel like
mean-
I feel like the best video game protagonists are people that are talked to instead of talking. I don't know. Like that's just something that I'm throwing out there. Ganun.
Yeah, that's a fair statement, naman. I have two answers actually. I'll say one of mine na.
Okay.
So my first one of them is like a very mainstream main character. The second one is kind of retro pick, but the first one I'd say Shepard from Mass Effect, and here's why.
Okay.
This kind of goes in line with what Giselle said. Na a lot of what makes a good protagonist is sometimes they have to be like a blank slate. Na the player can apply their own self, their own personality, their own choices to the character. What Shepard does really well, or what the writers do in Mass Effect, is they create this blank character that still has like a backstory and a personality, but you still get to craft that. I don't know if you guys have played all the Mass Effect games, or if you guys played Mass Effect.
I played none.
Or
I played.
okay,
Mm.
damn, okay. So
But
it's gonna
but but
okay.
it's
So
a very
that's fine.
story heavy like choices and
Yeah,
everything, right?
Wait.
but I think
Coming from a guy
go
who
ahead.
doesn't know any of those, does it play like Dragon Age, or like is it?
Yeah, it's
Like,
like Dragon Age, but you're in space and you shoot guns. It's Bioware. It's the same. And
okay,
honestly,
Space
so
Dragons. I get it. Okay, Space
yeah, Space
Dragons.
Dragon Age.
Yeah.
So in Dragon Age, diba, like you have different races, and then they have different kind of backstories. Then it's kind of the same, but I think they perfected it more in Mass Effect now. You can either choose the shepherd that is a war vet and he's a war hero and everyone likes him, or you can choose the shepherd that like came from a small town. He's like Luke Skywalker type, ganun. And then depending on how you play the game throughout, you can carve like people will acknowledge your backstory as you play. But at the same time, you can also shape him to whatever character you want him to be. It's a little black and white naman, the morality system, but the idea is that he's the silent, not silent, but he's like the blank protagonist. But at the same time, there, it's like instead of a totally blank canvas, it's like filling in the blanks, parang ganun. And I
Oh,
think they did a good job, especially sa Mass Effect 2, because it's kind of a spoiler, but whatever. In the beginning of Mass Effect 2, you immediately die. Like
Okay.
Shepard dies. Like after the end of Mass Effect 1, you're a hero. So what they did in Mass Effect 2 is they killed Shepard, and everyone thinks he's dead. So you have this other chance to reinvent yourself again. So people think like, oh, now that he's resurrected, he could be a totally different person. And I like how they did that because then you can be a total like paragon of goodness in the first Mass Effect. And then suddenly in Mass Effect 2, you're evil. And they'll blame it because you died and you came back different. Parang ganun. And yeah, that's why I like Shepard as a protagonist because of what Giselle said nga, na blank, but at the same time, there's something there that can make him stand out even without the player's input. So yeah, that's my first pick at least. I'll say my second one after you guys. I don't want to talk too
No,
long.
no, fine, fine, it's fine. Ikaw, Andren, do you have a guy?
um, I'm just fascinated. Dun sa, like they kill you off. Dun sa second one.
Yeah, like your ship explodes in the second one, the beginning pa lang. You do
So
like one small mission and then it explodes.
it's actually very funny. Is it like the no Russian stage? Dun sa Call of Duty,
Yeah,
like they shoot you. They shoot you afterwards. So.
yeah, kind of like that. Like it's obviously shoehorning you to like what Shepard does in the beginning is he sacrifices himself to save his crew. So like all the
Okay.
crew members they escaped on the life
Odds. Yeah. Yeah.
pods whatever. And just only one left, Shepard. Who do we choose? And Shepard's like, "You go, I'll stay." And
Okay.
then you boom, it explodes, and Shepard freaking dies. But then his body gets fixed, and they put like nano machines and made him alive.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Maybe his
That's.
brain is
I
different.
love
Maybe it messed with his
I love this.
personality.
Andren went, ooh, nano machines.
Nano machine.
I
Metal
love
Gear.
nano
Now,
machines.
now I get it.
Now you're speaking my
I thought you were
language.
spouting crazy nonsense then.
Yeah, but then I
Pero
mentioned nano machines and I
it's not
grounded it.
doing nano machines.
When
Okay,
I-
medyo get.
Whenever anyone says nano machines, I just think of Metal Gear Solid. Nano machines.
Nano machines, son.
Nano machines. Well, that's a video game protagonist na iconic. Si Snake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
yeah,
he
that's a good pick. Yeah.
and weirdly, I mean, I think
Which
Snake.
snake though? Which snake?
Yeah, which snake?
All
There's
of
like
them.
four.
They're all idiots. But they no, but they kind of are, because the thing that I think why people like Snake and why people were able to like really sink into his like role, right, is because everyone keeps talking down to him. Imagine how many times he asks a question, like the most arbitrary question, like nano machines. What's a radio? What's Godzilla? Like he's also blank, pero like he has a really cool voice actor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like
Kiefer
Kiefer
Sutherland.
Sutherland.
don't they all like hindi ba sa Metal Gear Solid 5 they present him as having amnesia. So that's like
Yeah.
that's a recurring trope in like a video game so that it's easy to explain
Yeah.
mechanics to you. Like, you forgot how to sit in a chair. Oh, I'll show you. Press X. It's exactly that, man.
And actually, when you create the character like Snake, they show you a mirror sa umpisa, diba? If I
Talaga?
remember
Yeah.
correctly, here's what you're gonna look like.
But
And
it never pays off until like
yeah,
why did they do that again?
Kasi he's
uh,
like, the
he's a
medic,
clone.
right?
He's a clone. He's not the real.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Yeah,
not
he
the
I know,
real.
but like why did Kojima put that in there if it never pays off? Oh, that's what the clone originally looked like.
Hindi,
Okay, now
hindi,
I remember.
Oh,
pero doesn't, he, oh, clone pa rin ba? I thought he was like the
No,
medic or
he's
something and then
another
they changed the
right. No,
face
he's a
niya.
yeah,
different.
yeah. Hindi
Yeah,
pala
yeah.
clone. Yeah, yeah.
They brainwash. Well, his mind is a clone
I
of
never
Snake's.
wanna,
I think that's what you think.
I never wanna
It's
play, I never wanna play more Metal Gear Solid games because it's just gonna ruin how much I love yung first few that I, I did play. So,
Yeah. Like you remember, like sa Metal Gear 1, nalaman niya siya si Cheryl. Dahil sa ass niya. So, nalala mo yung fucking scene na
oh
yun? You remember
God,
that scene?
I don't remember all of yung, pero I do love Meryl. I think she's hot.
Meryl. Like, hey, that doesn't look like a male soldier's ass. That looks like a girl's ass. Dude, I'm not joking. You might think I'm.
No, no,
That's
no.
literally the plot.
That was that pervy naman talaga yung Metal Gear 1 eh. That's
Yeah,
why I
you
was so
can find it.
That's why I thought that was so cool na when they showed si Meryl sa Metal Gear Solid 4, ginawa nilang sobrang batak na giant lady siya. Just to para, oh, she's not like, that's odd. Ganun.
Yeah.
I gotta look her up. I've
No,
actually never
she's like,
seen. She looks-
if you watched Futurama, yung parang, kill you by snoo snoo. Or what was
Oh,
that?
that's my snooze.
Yeah, she's like Amazon level. Like, grabe yung kanyang, yung
Oh
braso niya,
yeah,
like,
no, yeah.
may
I'm
cuts
seeing
and
her
shit.
now.
Anyway, ikaw, Andren, I mean, do I go? I can go.
You first. No problem.
I don't think I have like, I mean, I said si Snake, pero I don't know if I have favorite, pero I just find it really interesting the dichotomy of like, so you got si Sonic, right? Every kid who wanted
Sure.
who wants to be super cool, right? Like yung 90s cool, that's rad, ganun.
Yeah.
And then you got si Mario, which is what the fuck? What kind of kid wants to become like a plumber na smashes his
You
head
know,
on
yeah,
shit?
alam mo yung hits sa kids? Italians.
Italians.
That's Italian, man.
Doesn't even like he's pero like it's like I think si Mario works good like as a protagonist kasi he's an underdog. You do not expect him to save yung kingdom and like he's a
You're right,
blank
yeah.
slate. He's like a nice. I don't know why he's so cute. He's a man with a mustache, pero like somehow he's cute. Ganon. He's almost like Mickey Mouse, right? Pero
I was
not-
gonna say he's like Japan's Mickey Mouse.
I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely.
I mean, alam ko medyo cliche, pero the way that he looks is like, like that guy couldn't hurt a fly, ganon. And like,
Yeah.
And like he's stomping on turtles' necks.
yeah, pero like, when you describe it in a sentence, parang this Italian plumber who goes into sewers and jumps on turtles and kills them and fights a giant dragon, that sounds like the most badass pero weird story. Alam mo yun? Pero sa bagay, if you talk
Yeah.
about Sonic, it's like this hedgehog, hedgehog that eats hot dogs.
Dude,
Chili
just
dog.
tell my attitude, see Sonic.
I know.
If you don't play Sonic 2, if you let your controller down for a while, he's gonna tap his fucking like his arm, implying that
Sonic
hey,
piece of what?
yeah, hey pare, let's get to business.
That's
He's got tude, pare, my tude.
That's the
My
problem
tude,
with this
man.
fucking world is like we imbibe too much of yung gotta go fast na Sonic na parang can't just sit down. Parang come on. What an asshole. I love
Yeah.
Sonic.
I love Sonic.
Yeah.
I also love Sonic. I can't deny that. If I
So
think
who
we're
do
all
you like
Sonic,
again, Sonic or Mario? Who do you like, Sonic or Mario?
I like Mario's games better.
I love Mario's games. Sonic's games are ass, quite honestly. Even
Yeah,
the big
they
ones.
don't hold up like it was of its time.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're still in high school and then you play Sonic, tapos like wow, ang ganda ng music, right? Meron reggae, meron
Yeah,
rock.
I can't deny.
right? Those are but that's so weird about Sonic though. It's all surface stuff, but when you get down to the gameplay, it's like it's so fucking hit or miss, man.
Basically, I just need to push right.
Yeah. I don't
Right.
I don't get it.
Jump sometimes. Wait, so is your answer Mario or Sonic? I'm
Yeah,
confused.
I'm
No, I
confused.
said na I don't have anyone yet. I was just bringing up yung interesting dichotomy of that. Kasi
I
like,
actually thought I actually thought Snake was your answer, but
I like Snake, but I don't think he's my favorite. Ano mo yun? I'll go back. Sorry.
All right.
oh, it's
Undecided.
fair. How about you, Andren?
Mine is the Dragon of Dojima. See, Daigo
Ah,
Dojima. Dojima from the Yakuza games. Kasi in a way you grow up with that character. Because I played the first one, the second one. I haven't played the other ones from the PS3, but I've played Zero so PS4. Yeah, so it's funny. Like I love him as a character because like he starts out as this gruff, parang maangas syempre kasi he's from the Yakuza. And apparently maangas ka naman if you're a Yakuza member or like yeah, Japanese mafia. Di ba yan tawag? Sa
Yeah, I
Yakuza.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, well,
it's just Japanese mafia.
yeah, yeah. So basically yun, and he starts off super, sobrang dad vibes siya. Kasi like, it starts off with like, him not knowing what Space Harrier is. Like, the first time you go to a Sega arcade, and the girl explains that, oh, Space Harrier was this classic na ginawa ng Sega. And
Oh
like,
my
this
god.
gangster, by the way, who's supposed to be a killer, is just like, oh, this sounds like a good game.
I swear, I feel like pag
And then
namatay yung...
every animation when you ride the Space Harrier machine, parang OA siya kasi parang in siya sa paglaro ng video. Literally like gumagana siya every
No,
time
wait.
with Space Harrier. Like super dad vibes. And there's also this one mission where like you try to get this kid some dirty magazines. Like and this is immoral, pero I have to teach this kid what being a man is. 'Cause it's
Is
so
that a
ridiculous.
crime?
Huh?
He's giving pornography to minors.
No,
Well,
pero
you know, that's
hey, when you were a kid, when all of us were kids, like in nung 1992, we were kids from 1992, diba? Every one of us here, we're
everyone.
kids from 1992.
Everyone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you like someone to give you a porno? Like, hey, dude, come on, give me some porn. Like, wouldn't that be your cool uncle who gave you
Maybe someone
Playboys?
I
That's a
trust.
cool...
Definitely not
Yeah.
a guy from the
I
Yakuza,
don't
but
want
like
like
yeah, sure.
I don't want an uncle to give me yung porn nila. I just want to discover it on my own, like yung dad ko. Like I just discovered yung porn stash niya. It's
What
amazing.
works? What works kasi with Dojima is like him doing silly missions. There's this one mission that I saw. I never played it because it was in Yakuza 5 or 6. No, it was in Yakuza 6, where the guy in the mascot, inside the mascot was too sick to to go. So he was the one inside the mascot, and he did all of these stupid poses. And it's just so funny because seeing him like like the costume looks stupid. Literally, it's like parang alam mo yung takoyaki head. Tapos may noodles, bowl of noodles head. And you just go in town just fucking people up in that costume. And like, yeah, damn, this is sobrang righteous. Talaga ni Dojima in a way na sobrang angas. Like, it was between him. It was between him or Majima, pero Majima is technically a villain.
He
So
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
He's
picked
a
Dojima.
playable villain.
Yeah, pero he
I
didn't
like
start out as a villain to Zero. Eh. He
yeah. In
started
Zero,
like
he owned like a what was it, like a ladies like a
yeah, strip club basically.
yeah strip club. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, fuck, I forgot. Like the adventures that the Dojima goes to. Like eventually to Zero, you end up being a multi-millionaire, owning a lot of companies by the end for no apparent reason. It's just a side quest lang kasi. So,
Funny.
hindi importante sa particular story at all. But somehow you became a multi-millionaire and you're just the same schmuck. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess. Yeah. So that's why
Yeah,
Dojima is my favorite.
my favorite thing about Kiryu, Dragon of Dojima, is that he's always game. Like it doesn't matter what the side quest is. It's like there's this one, like you mentioned, the mascot. There's this one that I did. There's this boy band group. Their whole shtick is that they're tough gangster
Ah,
guys.
yeah, yung the
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
with
yeah.
weird hair. Yeah.
Yeah, but turns out they're just like really meek, like city boys. They don't know anything. And so Kiryu has to educate them on how to act tough and act like a man. And it's so solid.
Yeah, sobrang, and yeah, my favorite one was the bowling. the bowling alley one where like if you get like three strikes, you win a prize, and he's and it's just this chicken. Tapos sabi niya, would you like to cook the chicken? And you make it as a pet. Si Softy rin. Si Dojima. No! Yeah, like, I love it. Yeah, I love the gym. Sobrang dad vibes. Hottest dad, if he were a dad.
I love that.
Yeah.
He is a dad. Isn't he a dad at like the sixth one or something? I forgot.
I think like he adopts a kid in the other
You're right,
ones.
he had that.
I,
He
I,
actually appears like a dragon. Eh.
I have a thought. I have a thought from yung mga we've said na it seems na you could have like a silent protagonist or a protagonist that kind of
Full of
hype
character.
like
Yeah.
that hypes you up na parang makes it
Yeah.
plausible of what you're doing, right? Like parang yeah,
Yeah.
that seems like a logical thing to do. Like wala lang, naisip ko lang.
He kind of reminds me of. He's like a Japanese version of if you play the Hitman games, Agent 47. He's kind of like that. He's a silent killer, but he's so game for some weird shit. Like there's this
Yeah,
one
kasi
where you have-
I've been watching like playthroughs of that in Hitman.
yeah.
Apparently, I saw him drumming.
Yes, that's the one. The drumming one. I was gonna mention that. Like he's so deep in cover that he knows how to drum. He knows how to like dance. It's just this random stuff.
Yeah,
He
and
has
apparently
to know
he also
games.
dressed up as a fashion designer in one of those
Yeah,
missions.
yeah.
Have you seen Andren, have you seen yung creator ng Yakuza?
Does he look like
Oh my god.
what I what he's supposed to look like? Giselle?
He looks like he's been playing his games too much.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'll post it sa ating sa chat group just so
Like the Far Cry 3 si Voss. Like he looks, yung voice actor looks exactly like
He
him.
looks like a Japanese boss.
yeah, I just sent it. Wala lang.
You can't share screen though. Wait,
No.
Let me try.
It's fine. I'll look at
I
it
just
later.
wanted to
I think
to see
it's
in your
propaganda to make Yakuzas look like cooler in Japan in
know
those
what?
games.
No, I think it's propaganda to make Yakuza seem really accessible. Kasi di ba they also help with the Japanese earthquake, di ba? They're like a legit organization.
They are. It's so funny. Like they have charities, like legit charities, because they actually, like in the Yakuza games, they kind of hint at it. Now some of the orphanages are actually funded by the Yakuza, but that's because they like register the kids when they grow older to join the Yakuza or something.
I mean,
What are the Yakuza games you played pala, Ray?
I only zero the only one. No, there's zero the only one I played.
I
yeah.
started 0. I didn't get through it. Ganun. Pero yan. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, that game feels like a 2D fighter, a 2D beat 'em up, pero it's in 3D somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's fun. I like it. I like the gameplay.
Interesting, wala tayong sinabing RPG protagonist. I thought na you would have said someone from Persona, pero they don't really have.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it a bit different. Like, yung last dun sa next one, I'm not gonna name si Calypso from Twisted Metal 2. Like, I'm not gonna...
Pero
or I'm not gonna name like yung si... Who, pangalan rin niya, si Dojima. Si Detective... Adachi pala, Adachi. Sa Persona 4, pero I'm not. It's
no,
gonna
pero
be...
I'd say si Calypso is a fair villain kasi I think he's cool. Ganun. I think he provides like yung setting. Pero like it's interesting wala tayong sinabi sa RPGs and like yung sa point dun sa Persona, I don't think they're great protagonists. They're just I mean, I don't think they're that memorable. I think yung game that they're in is memorable pero di ba completely blank naman sa Personas, right?
Wait, yung protagonist?
Yeah.
Yeah, pero it lends, yung sabi mo, it lends you being a blank canvas kasi there are choices in dialogue dun sa games na yun. So it feels like, ooh, I'm making the choice for this character.
Yeah.
Other than him being an active protagonist talaga.
But
It,
he's
it also prevents.
sorry.
It prevents it prevents like contradictions nga.
That's true.
Like when you play like a Uncharted game, like Nathan Drake, he's
Yeah, full of
good-hearted
character,
supposedly, and he's like always like joking around. But then he's like a mass murdering fool. Like when you actually play him, and you can do some crazy shit as Nathan Drake, and it's like that. Like it's hard when the game that you do the like most of the game is of you doing a certain thing, but then they act a different way in the cutscenes or whatever. It goes a bit out of character. Yeah, it works nga, like what Giselle said, when it's kind of blank. That way, walang conflict in terms of the game and the character.
I want to say na yung favorite protagonist ko. And I'm saying this as favorite. I think it's I think it's Earthworm Jim.
Dude, that's a solid
Yeah.
pick. I love Earthworm Jim.
I have no deep logic for it. It's just when I
So,
think of
so when
Earth,
he does the whip thing,
yeah, with
diba,
with the
he
head,
fucking yeah.
with
But
his
is that his ass hitting
no,
the fucking enemy
yeah,
all the
that's
time?
basically yung
Alright,
kanyang ass end, right? Ganun. I just think
yeah,
he looks cool. I mean, fucked up, fucked up yung yung creator nun. Pero like, I really like yung Earthworm Jim and I love that game. Pero kasi since I play mostly platformers, you could honestly switch them up naman and it'll be fine. Alam mo yun, to an extent. Kasi like, I know it's more of like a visceral hand feeling for me. That sounds horrible.
yeah.
Yeah, and visceral
Visceral
hand
hand
feeling.
feeling. Pero, RPGs. Oh, I'll maybe my favorite siguro is I'm gonna butcher yung fucking name. I think it's Ramza Beowulf sa Final Fantasy Tactics. Kasi I'm a fucking dork
Oh,
about it. Ganon.
yeah.
Ganon.
I don't know who that is.
He's
Yeah, kasi I
kasi
was more
the story
the
of
Gaia guy.
the story of Tactics is first of all, it's like being told to you by this historian. Tapos it's like he's uncovering like this secret history kasi there's this mercenary that's always been seen as like a huge villain to this like real interest this king who was poor and then he became rich. Tapos yung actual game is you're discovering yung hidden history na this mercenary who was rich before and then he became like a mercenary is actually a good guy, and then yung poor king that became like super cool sa kingdom is like this horrible backstabbing person. Tapos they grew up as parang brothers sila almost kasi yan. I like
Yeah.
him. I like yung themes of that story ganun, and it does resonate
Yeah,
with
it's
me.
kind of similar dun sa Prince of Egypt.
It's
I might make it.
sort of, pero it's based on like
Yeah.
100-year war. Kaya may pareho silang beats ng Game of Thrones. Someone told me. I have not finished Game of Thrones. I have not read Game of Thrones. Ganun. I just play Final
I
Fantasy Tactics.
Unfortunately,
Do they fuck their cousins to Final Fantasy Tactics?
Maybe.
it's part of the tactics. That's how they carry the bloodline.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't be
Hell yeah.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. It is that that it is that self-serious. Yeah.
I've got a. There's the other person I was gonna mention, but that I like because I like that Giselle just caved in and just mentioned a character that he likes because they look cool and how they like how they're designed. That's cool. That's a fine like a factor to choose. Because for me, there are two that I like. They're kind of interchangeable because they're both from the same company and the same genre of game. It's a point and click adventure game. There's Manny Calavera in Grim Fandango and
Mm.
Guybrush Threepwood in Secret of Monkey Island and the other Monkey Island games. Have you guys ever played those point and click games?
I've seen
Monkey
playthroughs.
Island?
It's very funny.
It is very funny.
I
It's
have
The
very
never
reason why
played.
Very
I love
dry.
Guybrush, yeah, is because unlike other pirate heroes, the idea is that it's parodying it. And Guybrush, he wants to be a legendary pirate, but he's so wimpy and he's so weak. So how he gets by is he uses his words and his wit. And I love characters now. Let's say like if you're playing like a D&D character or like if you're playing Fallout or whatever, like his strength is zero, his dexterity is zero, everything is zero except his charisma and his luck. And I like characters that are like that. Just straight charisma and really solid. They're just good at befriending people and confusing people with their smart. Yeah.
Can I ask you about Monkey Island? Kasi you finished it naman na, diba? The ending was pretty fucked up when I looked at it kasi you're just in a theme park pala. And none of
Yeah,
that was
the
real.
second
Seriously, that's the fucking
That's very
ending.
Huh?
So
That sounds like
the first
Assassin's
game-
Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
the first game was, the first game you're supposed to save the governess from this ghost pirate named LeChuck, and then the second game, the ghost pirate, the spirit is gone, but his body is still alive, so he's a zombie pirate now. And then in the climax, you're fighting and you're in this cave, but then at the end you roll out of the cave because they're fist fighting and they're kids, and they're named Guy and Chuck and they're brothers, and they were in this like madhouse mirror and their parents were looking for them and they're like, "Oh, were you boys playing pirate again?" Like
Oh,
that.
that's so
And
cute.
then that was
What a cop out
I like
ending.
that. That's
no,
What a,
and then
what a
everyone
funny. It's
yeah,
funny.
I love that developers did that. They just like a middle finger to all their fans
Yeah,
because they kept
that's
asking.
actually that's actually
Yung
pretty cool.
developer ba is Hideo Kojima?
Yeah, actually.
It's actually Tim Schafer and this other guy, this two other guys. I forgot their names, but yeah, they. And then
Sobrang
the
hindi
third game kind of
unearned twist.
yeah, the third game kind of retconned it. They're saying like, oh, it was just a funny pirate spell, and he's actually it was all an illusion. And the third one that carries the story forward. He was just tricked, but he's like stranded in the ocean on a bumper car. Then they just allude to it, but hindi naman they
They
never explain
Parang
why.
si Schaefer does that a lot, yung meta thing. Like I played yung what was his last one na parang people were disappointed by yung na kickstart.
Broken Age.
Broken Age, parang there's that
Yeah,
theme na parang one is you, kasi it's two stories. One story it kind of fakes it out na parang reality TV show and it's like all like
yeah.
these layers of reality ganun. I like that game until it becomes a piece of shit na parang sobrang hirap.
Oh,
No, there's a
what
fucked
happened?
up
What
puzzle.
happens?
There's a fucked up puzzle na kahit i-search mo online, when they
Okay.
describe you how to fix it, it's impossible. Like it's like still randomized. It's just too much. It just broke yung brain ko. Parang I don't like this. Like can't you not just give me a passcode or something para tapos na to kasi I just want to get on with the story. Like that's a problem with a game when it has a really good story pero the gameplay is stopping you from enjoying it. Alam mo yun?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a lot of point and click adventure games.
I mean,
Honestly,
yeah,
they hold the
that's
story hostage
that's
until
like
you
a
figure out some
ransom.
dumb
Ganun.
puzzle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love those games. I don't know why. Those protagonists specifically because of that. Yeah. They're not fighters, but they're smart and yeah, that's who I
By,
looked up to when I was a kid.
by the way, to what River said and both of you said, I'm gonna name another one. By the
Okay,
way,
cool.
a close second. Kasi I never played the game. That's why I stopped. Kasi my cousin Dodoy played it, and I always watched him play it.
Shout out to cousin Dodoy. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird. Like, do you know Toe Jam and Earl?
Yes.
Yeah,
Ah,
they look so cool. They look so funky, pare. Like, kasi I remember my brother playing. It was some sort of weird collectathon, like roguelike
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that's
Or
what it
like,
is.
yeah, when I
yeah,
when, when I researched it, it sounds like a game that I would hate. Ano mo yun?
and it looks both of them look
Yeah,
so
it looks cool.
so funny.
It looks
I'm,
hip
I'm,
hop.
um, I think that Patrick Star was taken from Toe or Toe
Oh,
Jam.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like yung
Like they
ano,
both look the
yeah.
same, and I got a chance to play it, pero my cousin stopped me kasi pangit daw yung Toe Jam and Earl for the PS sa Xbox, I think.
Ah, the new
And he
one.
Yeah,
stopped. Yeah,
back in the groove.
and,
That's the
yeah,
title.
and there were rumors nga in in the new one they were trying to get Drake or like E40 or yeah, dude. Kasi di ba rappers sila dalawa from
Oh.
Yeah,
space
they're
rappers
rappers.
or some shit. Yeah. So yeah, it's such. But I'm never gonna enjoy the game. That's why I didn't put it here. But like as characters, they look so fucking funky, pare.
They look very
Yes,
original.
pare.
They
Yeah,
do. They got swag for sure.
yeah, they got swag for
Days.
days.
It's like Sonic. It's like nadadala ng design yung ano. That's
They
true.
look
Like, yeah,
so cute, dude.
Right now, Sega is just coasting on just how cool Sonic is, and that's the only reason they're still in business.
Yeah, like I remember playing Sonic. What was that? Yung love letter ni Sonic. It's
Mania.
a guy
Mania?
named Sonic Mania. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
That was my
I
first
bounced
Sonic.
off
Okay.
it. I bounced off it kasi at the start I was, oh my god, naglalaro ko ng Puyo Puyo Tetris pare.
Oh.
Yeah.
Naglalaro ko ng Puyo Puyo Titaas. Pero like, it got to a point, oh shit, I'm playing Sonic lang. Pero like, I like the music. I like the music. Sobra.
It's cool.
I like that your favorite
Yeah.
your favorite part of the game is the part where you're not playing Sonic. You're
Actually,
playing
that's,
Puyo Puyo
that's
instead.
fucked up. That's fucked up. Like, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, like,
But I
Marcelo,
love
what was
Sonic.
but
I love Sonic.
but Sonic is
They
like
should reinvent the
undeniable.
game na lang.
Ah,
They should
sorry.
reinvent the gameplay na lang ng Sonic. Like,
They should
make
get.
it RPG. Huh? Huh?
I
There is
would. I
there
wouldn't
is a
mind
Sonic
that. I
RPG.
think that's fine. I think Yeah, I mean it's much better than what they tried to do with Shadow the Hedgehog,
Oh
diba?
my
Which is
god.
like parang
Yeah,
Devil
with
May
the
Cry
gun.
with a
And he
gun.
works for the president of America.
Yeah. Oh my.
Really? That
Yeah,
Yeah,
sucks.
it's
there's
something.
a scene where the president has a framed picture on the Oval Office. It's him and Sonic and Shadow, and they're like best friends or something.
Oh, fucking god.
Isn't there skateboarding in that game? I think I would
It's
like
no,
that game.
it's soap shoes grinding.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
yeah. You guys are old enough to know what soap shoes are, right?
What?
What?
Soap shoes. It's this like weird
Oh,
trend.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's like yung
yeah. The one
parang
yung may
ano.
plastic sa sapatos and like
It's like
big grind
wheelies
on
for
stuff.
grown men, right?
It's, yeah, we use for girl man.
Okay. Sonic focuses too much on yung story to the detriment of the world, not just yung game, just the world.
Well, for me, what didn't stick for me is Sonic Mania because everything else is pretty cool. Like presentation, the music, the graphics are great. But you can't get the true ending with like, when you get all the emeralds unless you explore the map talaga and get the ring and do the challenge. But there's like these bonus stages, and it's kind of counterintuitive because the point of the game is to run fast and beat the level super quick. But how can you do that if it's encouraging you to explore and get all
Sonic
the
sucks.
chaos emeralds? So like it didn't click in my head. And there's just one boss I couldn't beat. And it's just
I think Mario is a cooler person kasi when he hits a wall, he doesn't lose all of his shit. Alam mo yun? Si Sonic when he hits something is like, "Whoa." That's not cool. He keeps tripping.
yeah.
And,
And Mario just gets small.
Mario is just walking around with like a with a turtle shell. Anyway,
You want to talk about the antagonist now?
we were at the half hour mark. We got to talk about favorite video game antagonists.
We gotta go first.
Yeah, it's obvious that none of us have thought of the.
I have. Okay, I'll go
Okay, go,
first.
You
Andren,
can go
you go.
first, man.
Now, the only problem is, it might think na biglaan ko lang ito naisip, pero I was planning on saying this.
Okay.
One of my favorite antagonists is Dr. Robotnik. He really is. He is
Nice
one of my
segue.
favorite. Kasi here, in the same way, Giselle likes Mario as like a character because he's so cute. Dr. Robotnik is one of the cutest
Yeah.
like antagonists ever. Like this fat guy na he just like and he wala siyang sympathetic backstory. Again,
Yeah.
I haven't. I'm just talking about Sonic 2. Like wala nang ibang Sonic. Maybe by gritty reboot played by Jim Carrey.
That was
Fucking-
great. I love that movie. Anyway, sorry.
So yeah, I just love yung boss designs, lalo na yung final boss sa Sonic 2, yung parang yung Dr. Death Eggman robot. And there's
Yeah, I
also,
think it's called the Death Egg or something. Like they
forgot.
clearly rip off the
Death Egg
Death
is-
Star.
I
And
honestly
there are some-
forgot na yung boss battle sa Sonic 2. Sorry.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's the best part of Sonic, yung boss battles. And yung si Drill Eggman. Like basically, every boss is just him.
Yeah.
Robotnik with what that particular machine is doing at that point.
Yeah.
Eggman Drill, Eggman Submarine. Ang paborito ko yung Eggman Barrier. Basically, it's one of the most parang unique yung boss fight na yun dun sa Sonic 2 kasi it's just him in a barrier. And
Why
you're
did
just
he have it from the start?
Is
You
he
know?
is he like
Yeah.
yung boss sa Doom the Wall? Ganun.
Yeah.
yeah, it is. He is the wall. And like again, correct me if I'm wrong. His plan is to take over the world by getting all of the Chaos Emeralds to two and enslaving all the fucking animals. Which is that's such an asshole move, no? He doesn't
Yeah.
even need to do that because he has robots now.
I
Why
used,
did he?
I used to watch yung Sonic na I watched a lot of Sonic shows. Yung Sonic Underground and then yung original Sonic na he's like a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
it was
Which
really
one was? Alin doon Giselle yung nakakatakot na itsura ni Robotnik?
yung freedom fighter si Sonic.
Yeah,
That's the one na
yeah.
like
Solid,
it was,
I love that one.
it was really fucked up kasi he kinuha niya yung uncle ni Sonic and then turned him into a robot. Tapos it was really sad actually na parang si Sonic had to take care of yung uncle niya who would sometimes turn an evil na robot. Na I'm a robot ganun. Tapos hot
That's
si
what he took.
Sally.
Tapos hot si Sally and
Hot
yeah.
si Sally.
Yeah.
Ganun.
Dude, cartoon crushes yun, tas yung pusa sa Treasure Planet.
Oh,
Kaya kayo
that's good.
magkaibigan.
And I'm a bit more than pala kay Dr. Robotnik. Like, it's one of the first boss. Again, I was a fucking young kid playing Sonic 2, but it was one of those first boss fights I've seen na he had the getaway. Parang, kunwari, like, may getaway mechanism siya parati. Like, kunwari, kung pinasabog mo yung drill, then bigla siya may jetpack. See you later, bitch. Tas,
He
yun.
never gets caught. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like Cobra to
Actually,
G.I.
like
Joe.
Dr. Wily in Mega Man, he always just like runs away
No, no,
somehow.
I was gonna say si Wiley, pero like, si Andren has a really good point. Si Robotnik has so many boss fights with Sonic. He really does put in the work to be like,
Yeah.
He does.
I'm the bad guy. I'm gonna fucking do this shit. Ganon.
You
Whereas
know,
si
he
Wiley
does.
is like, I'm gonna get 8 random guys to try to kill this guy and then ako yung maging final guy and then fuck it up. Ganon.
Maglalagay ako ng scissors dito sa isang guy. It's the Cutman, diba? Like, fucking-
Yeah, the cut man.
Although
Ran out of
yun yung
peppers.
choice ko though. Si Wiley yung maybe yung isang memorable villain for me. Yan. Pero
Yeah, he's a good pick though.
pero like yung sa akin it's more like cause I was a kid and we could never fucking kill si Wiley sa Mega Man 7. Like we grew up wanting to tapos like last year.
X7? Is it X7?
No, not X7. That does not exist.
Okay.
Mega Man 7, yung parang continuation ng original series sa SNES. Tapos, that fucking
Yeah.
boss fight just fucking sucks. Ang hirap niya. Pero like, I think last year natalo ko siya. Finally. Tapos pinakita ko sa kababata. Tapos, tamo, fucking did it. Ganun. And that's why, at tapos it's really cool sa Mega Man 7 kasi sa end ng 7, si Mega Man is gonna kill na si Wily. He has like his buster trained into his face na parang it's like the end of a killing joke
Yung
na
buster niya,
Batman.
wait, the buster cannon is in his face?
Yeah, tinuturo niya kay Wily, right? Like it's like the end of
Parang mukha ni Mega Man yung, like,
No,
ginawa
no.
niyang cannon yung face niya.
No,
So,
basically imagine mo yung end ng killing joke ng Batman. Parang we've been
Okay.
doing this too long, ganun.
Okay.
Pero nakatakas si Wily in a fucking UFO and they never continued it. Pero, I mean that's like a personal like childhood thing for me.
That's a good, yeah. I guess if I had to choose one, I'm kind of stuck between. You guys ever play the Borderlands games?
Yeah.
I could never finish,
Yeah.
pero yeah.
Is this Handsome Jack?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really like Handsome Jack. I can't deny that because I feel what makes a good villain is obviously they have to be cool. Like you can't deny like I mean Dr. Eggman, yeah, he's goofy, but he's still kind of cool. There's still something kind of cool about him. You're
Yeah.
actually
He's got an edge.
well, with Handsome Jack, I was scared when they first introduced him. Like, oh, he's just a random guy. And, you can't predict him. He's like the Joker, but in space. But he has actually like a really sad backstory, and there's and like, it's like his intent is that he originally wanted to be a hero, and in his like perspective, he feels like
Oh,
What a villain. He escaped.
yeah.
You wanna figure out what he was gonna say?
go try to figure out what I was
He's
trying to figure out what I was gonna say.
he was a hat salesman before. Like,
Of course.
Wait,
no, I actually know a bit about his backstory kasi my brother, I played the story mode, yung story mode ng Borderlands. What the fuck was that name? Yung first episode ng
Telltale?
Stories of the Borderlands, yun.
Tales of the Borderlands.
Tales of the Borderlands, yeah. I played the first. Yeah. Go ahead, River.
Okay, so the thing I like about Handsome Jack is his backstory is he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's actually like it's kind of subjective. In the end, he was kind of because originally he wanted to harness the power of the vaults to protect everyone, but it like the ends in his mind like the ends justify the means. So he like enslaved a bunch of villages, a bunch of people, and he all of that so he could protect his daughter. And it's like really like surprisingly deep backstory. And the thing is, you can't deny that he's just so cool. It's hard to explain, but there's like a cool factor that comes with.
Yeah, I think his mask is really good.
Yeah, because his face is actually melted, and he has a mask of his original handsome face.
So when he talks, his lips doesn't move. It's
I want-
just like
I wanna say na I think it's I wanna give a shout out kay kay GLaDOS, and then yung bad guy sa BioShock, I like na they
Yeah,
got into your
GLaDOS was
head.
gonna be my other pick. I was gonna pick GLaDOS
Like
too.
they got into your head, they kept talking to you. Also, sa Metal Gear, si Liquid Snake sa first one, when he kept talking to you as like si Master fucking
Yeah, the guy in the
Master
mask.
Bruce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that. I like those turns. The villains are like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you were the
yeah.
bad guy. I was talking to you all this time. It's Die Hard. That's exactly Die Hard.
Actually,
Yung mga,
you make a good point, Giselle. Na I love the villains. Nga. That's the thing that I was trying to pinpoint with Handsome Jack. He gets under your skin, like you said, like with GLaDOS, with Andrew Ryan. Like they really, or like what's his fucking name? Atlas in the first Bioshock. Like they really, like they get under your skin, and it makes it that much more dramatic when you finally get to face them.
Yeah, those fucking guys. Tama. I want to say na si Bowser is I think si Robotnik is less problematic than Bowser kasi si Bowser keeps trying to kidnap a lady.
okay. Here's the thing. Ano ba yung dahilan ni Bowser? Why does he keep kidnapping Princess
In Mario Sunshine, Bowser Jr. thinks that Peach is his mom. So I think he's just genuinely
Yeah,
he's simping for Peach 100%.
It's kind of sad nga honestly. Like parang si Bowser's like just trying to raise this kid, and like it's sad.
Dude, you gotta give it to single dads. They work so hard to provide. Bowser's just trying to find a second unit in his family to help give Bowser Jr. a good future. That's why he keeps
Yeah.
kidnapping Peach.
Gusto mo isipin yung economics ng fucking Bowser Kingdom. Eh. May mga like, do they good wages ba? Like,
I feel like
okay.
if they're willing to fall off a cliff, if the green turtle shell are willing to fall off a cliff for Bowser, I'm sure maganda yung,
I don't-
yung life insurance plans
Dude,
niya.
I'm not even sure if they work for Bowser. They were just hanging out. Like Mario's just walking around. I swear. I feel like it's like yung Koopa Kids lang talaga yung and then everyone's just hanging out kasi like they're just patrolling. Ganun.
They're just walking. It's not Mario's fault that they're poisoned.
Actually, my favorite Mario is the one where you get to throw other enemies into other enemies.
Yeah.
Mario 2?
yeah.
I love Mario
Yeah.
2, man. Mario 2 is
The Shy
amazing.
Guys.
I like na you can pick other people in lang. Ganun.
I always use Toad there kasi she's the fastest one who picks up
Pero
like
like,
anything.
apparently si Peach yung pinakamadali kasi mataas yung jump or something. Or like may
Yeah,
float.
she could
My float.
She can hover. Luigi was the highest jumper. The Mario is just basic.
No one's gonna say Sephiroth. No one's gonna say like.
I never played Final Fantasy VII, so I can't.
I
say
played
something.
it, pero it's too basic. I want it to be unique and say love robot.
That's why
Yeah.
I didn't that's,
It's too much of a given, sort of.
Yeah, yeah.
Ganun.
yeah.
That's like saying Voss.
I
Like
was
for,
also trying so hard not to say boss there.
yeah.
Honestly.
Yung definition of insanity shit.
Yeah.
Yung fucking drug fight nyo sa huli. Which
Dude,
was
Voss-
okay. Yeah.
Boss
yeah.
is so cool that you forget he's not the main villain. He's just the
Yeah,
side guy. That's how cool he is. He outshines the main villain, and I don't even remember the main villain's name in Far Cry 3.
Yeah, and Voss, parang siya yung archetype talaga of like any of those villains sa Far Cry. Like si Pagan Min sa 4.
Yeah,
Yung
exactly.
fucking, yung Cult Nuts
Boy.
5. I think dito nga sa 6 ata, it's kind of different in a way na, okay, diktador na lang yung kalaban mo.
Yeah.
Not this fucking
Got
deep.
some Breaking Bad. They just got him, and he's playing the same character.
Okay, let's switch up gears. Okay, let's talk about which games rule, pero you completely hated yung main character. Just kind
Oh,
of
that's a
ruined
good-
the whole thing
So
for you.
basically, you're saying worst protagonist, worst
Yeah,
villain.
like
Yung mga
parang
kilala na.
like I wish that this game had a different guy, like a different
Oh,
tag.
I'll give
I have
you.
one.
Sige, sige.
I have one. You go first. So who's gonna go first?
Um,
You go first, River.
Sige. It's super fast lang. It's
Yeah, take your time.
this is the only Final Fantasy game that I played. In Final Fantasy 12,
Oh, fuck.
there's
oh
Hindi ko
yeah.
nalaro. Okay.
They do say that. They do say that it's like he's the worst.
yeah, I think I forgot his freaking name. His name is Tidus or something. I gotta look it up. But
No,
like,
Titus is 10 eh.
oh right, my bad. That's how bad he is. I don't even remember his name. But in Final Fantasy 12, there's this boy na he's like the Luke Skywalker archetype. Na he's just from an orphan village, and he's gonna work his way up, and then he meets a bunch of cooler characters, and it's just he has no point in the story. His whole point, like the reason why he's there is just because he's the anime hot boy that they're gonna use to market the game. But the real main character is actually this other guy named, I think his name's Bosch or something. He's a bounty hunter, sky pirate. He's like way cooler, and he's the one who has a character arc. Van, that's his name. Van is the one. He doesn't even have a character arc. He starts the game wanting to do cool shit. He does cool shit, and then that's it. And he doesn't have like, oh, maybe this shit isn't so cool. The cool thing is actually having a family or friendship or whatever.
There's
But
no
it doesn't-
lesson for him. Good.
there's no lesson. He doesn't learn anything. He's just the same beginning to end. But Bosch, he learns na, oh, like being a sky pirate, I've been alone all my life with my partner, and that's it. But now I realize there's more to life than riches and adventure. I gotta be selfless and care for people who need me. Parang ganun. Because he keeps running away from responsibilities because he's a sky pirate. He's not involved. He doesn't have an allegiance. But for the first time, he actually takes a stand and chooses a side, and he fights for the good side. Just kind of like Han Solo, actually, in Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, for all his life, he's just been in on it for himself.
But
But
that-
now he's.
That game is cool. You're also saying that you like that game,
I,
except for
I
the
liked
main.
it. I like it's the first Final Fantasy game I ever beat. I played a bunch of other Final Fantasy games. But that's the only one I actually finished. But Van sucks. You can take him out of the game. There's no difference in the story.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, there are some games like that, but yeah.
I'm trying to think of. I wanted to say Sonic, but he's cool. Like he actually makes the
I'll
bad
give you
game
mine.
good.
I'll give you mine.
Okay, good.
Any protagonist from the Pokemon games. Dude, all of you suck, dude. Like, goody. Wala bang kahit isang Pokemon game na he didn't want it sa umpisa and like develop a story from him hating Pokemon.
Interesting.
It's always this, ooh, let's fucking fuck up the light for... Like, I want a Pokemon game as ikaw yung kontrabida. Hindi naman kontrabida, yung ikaw yung rival.
Playing rival. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's so fucking milquetoast at this point, and it doesn't help rin that the gameplay never really changed that much until now. Like, wala lang, it's so...
Well, each Pokemon
Yeah.
has to it appeals to the new generation. Alam mo yun, it has to be a
Yeah.
repeat.
It has to assume that this is your first Pokemon game every time.
Why? Why though? Like,
Hindi, kasi
it's
that's
big enough.
no, pero that's
Okay,
why
there's
it's
some
like the
exceptions,
biggest
though, na-
property ever, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi it's like
They're like
children.
number 2 or like
No, they're
Pokemon is
number
more
one.
valuable than Nintendo. Oh, they're number 1, yeah.
They're number one
Pokemon
more
right
than
now,
Star Wars na
it's more
pinagsama
valuable
with
than
Harry Potter.
Nintendo.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like the number one IP sa mundo. So like, it's hard to say na parang... Pero also, I've never finished the Pokemon. Like, I've only played Yellow, tapos I never finished it. Ganon. Like, pa ng girlfriend ko, she doesn't play games, pero natapos sa Pokemon. Tapos parang, what kind of person am I?
Yeah, my last one was Black. Black 2. Oh yeah.
Black, okay, see, those are the ones I feel na they kind of do something different. Yung mga sequel game, like, I don't know, because it already assumes that you've played the before one, like Black 2.
Yeah.
There's
Actually.
Omega, joke, not Omega. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, there's Emerald. Yung ganun, na they already know that, oh, you played the first one. So let's bring you straight to the best parts. At least, yun yung experience ko. But yeah, I agree. The protagonist is very weak.
Every single one of those games.
Yeah.
And it's not even like in Persona or in Mass Effect where you get to choose anything of any
Yeah.
consequence. It's just you just go through the story and to just
I don't,
yeah.
then again, I don't think that's not really a goal naman per se sa Pokemon na we have to make a cool protagonist. But I get what you
Hey,
mean.
just
There's-
catch them all, no? You just
Yeah.
gotta catch them all.
That doesn't mean they can't try. They can't give you like, oh, your dad, he died.
They should do
Something basic.
they should do like a Pokemon where like a 40-year-old man, but I never got to experience to catch a
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon.
And he's
This is
just
my
fighting
life.
kids.
Yeah, he's just fighting. Well, that's what
Well,
people do, diba? Everyone
That's
has
what,
like,
yeah, everyone else you battle
Yeah.
is like 50. So
Have
like,
a guy.
it's not weird.
have a guy na leaving yung mom niya to die. Para,
That is a
"Mom, I'm
solid
going home."
idea. I love that one. He, like, as a kid, he failed. He was a failure as a
No.
kid. He never got to be champion.
Yeah.
So in his 50s, his wife is like dying. And if you win the championship, you get the prize money and he can pay for his wife's
Oh,
cancer.
I thought you were gonna say his wife is dying. If you win the championship, you get to kill her.
Siya yung pinakaunang kinalaban ni Red dun sa game na yun.
Oh.
Fuck.
The boy
Oh,
sa yeah, yung bug
yeah.
catcher boy.
Ang ina mo, you get to fight a level 99 Metapod Soul. It's like, yeah! Like, an overpowered one.
Okay, wait. We have to continue na. Shitty protagonist. I I asked the question for I'm trying. Obviously wala akong maisip. Um, who ruined the game for me? Like I'm trying to think of someone. I don't want to say Raiden because I thought it was really interesting what they did with that fucking game from like Metal Gear Solid 2. I like that switcheroo and like yung.
Oh, in Revengeance?
But he's not
Oh, wait,
cool. Not Revengeance, yung original, yung Metal Gear Solid 2. Like
Two. Okay.
yeah, kasi he was meant to be uncool.
I actually like the twist na fucking
Yeah,
you don't get to play it here.
Like even if he's not, alam mo yun, even if he's not cool, parang it was cool. I mean, I related to him. Parang I felt bad na I don't know what happened to him, but I felt bad in all sorts of ways. Kasi
I would also like
that game's not memorable if Raiden wasn't so dumb. Alam mo yun? If he wasn't like a weirdo. Alam mo yun?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Because you have to live up to Snake then. It's kind of the point.
I also would say like God of War. I love that game. Pero like Kratos isn't my favorite part of that game in the way
Talaga.
na.
Kasi like OA siya. Ganun.
Yeah, ooh, I'm angry all the time. And yeah,
But
parang rage.
that's your guy, di ba? Si Jaffe, he made Kratos.
Yeah, but what I love about God of War is the gameplay and the bosses. Like Kratos is like, no wait, meron maganda rin yung arc niya, yung bandang huli na bumalik yung si Ares from the old games to sabi niya, I am not your monster anymore. Sinapak niya. Awesome.
Oh, that sounds like a solid line. That's a good one.
No, okay pala. So scratch
You
that.
like him for that.
I like him. I didn't like him at the start. Say like,
Oh, then you got to know him.
Yeah,
Then he's
yeah.
a cool bro pala.
yeah.
Just like Giselle. Just kidding.
Yeah, just
Joking, I'm joking.
Sino ba yun? Sino bang who kind of ruined shit for me? I don't know.
I love that you came up with this
I know.
topic and you can.
I know. I've not sa lahat na episodes na I've not been able to provide any solid answers to mga questions.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true. I'll try to think of another one while you're thinking of one.
Well, you don't have anyone then either.
Because I already said mine.
You know who sucks, pare? Luigi, pare. Do you
Oh,
think?
no, I disagree.
You don't like
Pero sa
Luigi?
jump. Sa jump, yeah. Like the jump sucks. Like I always thought sa first Super Mario, when you eat a mushroom, you transform into Luigi. Wasn't that the first thing you thought when you were playing the first Super Mario?
Hindi.
Like, kasi when you get smaller, diba? And when you eat a mushroom, you grow taller. Like, I always thought if I eat a mushroom, I'm gonna turn into Luigi.
Hindi, kasi yung first Mario that I played talaga and owned was yung Super Mario World. And Luigi was always player 2 to me. And I always liked Luigi kasi green siya. Kasi favorite ko yung green. Pero they're basically like palette swaps naman.
Oh, fuck! I got it na. Pero nawala bigla sa isip ko. Fuck. Fuck. What is wrong with me? Naisip ko na eh. Yun, The Witcher. Yung Witcher 3. Geralt sucks. Geralt sucks, dude. Like, I don't know, maybe I should have read the books, but like every time I play
Even in the books, he's kind of a prick and he's a ladies' man. And yeah.
Yeah. You relating to like me relating to a ladies' man. Fuck, buddy. I could not have any attachment to this character whatsoever. Like,
Si Andren fucks a girl and gets yung card. And tapos, fuck this guy. This guy's a piece of shit.
Now I get it.
yeah.
No, but the thing with Geralt for me, kasi it's like what you said with Kratos, na he's made to be this mutant monster hunter, but he actually has a heart, and he's like he doesn't want to be what. Because the thing with the witches, if you read the books, is they're kidnapped as kids, and they're trained to become witchers.
They're
So
like
it's
si Master Chief.
yes, they're like the Spartans. So it's not their choice to become witchers, but because you either survive mutations that make you a witcher or you die. So
That's why your hair is white.
that's why their hair is white, their eyes become yellow.
Because I
they
always
live
thought,
longer.
like, kasi I went in Witcher 3 Raw, and akala ko nga kapatid mo yun, yung the girl you're looking for, so
Oh,
umpisa.
theory, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And there's
But
this
I
one
understand.
part where you can murder the girl at the end. That was kind of fucked up. Yung the girl in wearing a white robe and blonde hair. So I killed her at the end. So, yeah.
I have an answer now. I
Finally.
have
Okay, let's
I,
go.
thi- I don't like Sebastian, but also
The
I
kid?
don't like the game either.
I think that you don't like Supergiant games.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
okay not to like them. I don't like the Uncharted games yourself. So yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, pero
Sure.
like I really tried to like, pero I don't like the narration. I don't like
God, Giselle, are you saying ikaw yung villain? Ikaw yung villain?
Are you the villain all along?
Okay, maybe that's not a good answer because I don't even really know Sebastian. Sebastian yung main guy, right?
Bastion,
Maybe you
his
don't
name
like the
is
narrator.
Bastion.
Bastian's his name?
It's not his name.
Oh,
Bastion
am I
is the
doing
name of
like,
the
oh, I
place.
love Metroid. Favorite character kasi Super Metroid. Am I
Yeah.
doing that?
I love
Okay.
Zelda and this green tunic. Yeah, that's you right
I
now.
love Zelda. Like, yun yung favorite sword wielder ko ever, si Zelda. Okay. Okay, I didn't know. Oh, I don't know.
It's
Fuck
okay.
that game, I hate it.
By the way, River, ano yung weapon yung ginamit mo sa Bastion? Ang favorite ko din yung sniper rifle.
I
Like,
like
it's
yung,
my accuracy.
yeah, I like yung parang meron siyang like crossbow, like a really fast crossbow that shoots
Oh.
lots of bullets at once.
I also use yung quick blades, yung double arm
Oh,
swords.
yes,
Yeah.
that's super good.
Oh, I love that one. Na my life skill. You should play Bastion yourself.
Just, I think you like Bastion. I don't know if you played it, but it's really
No, I
good.
played it. I played it. I kept
I'm
keep
joking.
trying
I'm
to-
joking. Yeah.
Sorry. I
It's
don't
okay.
like I don't like this Gaia 4. And like I don't think yung main character really helped kasi he was just an edge lord
Okay.
na parang
I,
whatever.
I thought the point was it's a game that you like, but you don't like the protagonist.
I love this Gaia,
Oh,
but
but you don't like four.
I
Ah,
love
so
yung
4,
gameplay.
yeah, I remember you
4
talking to me
sucks.
about it. Yeah.
4 sucks.
Yeah.
Like when they start talking about yung flower in the heart, fuck that. Fuck the flower in the heart. Fuck the power of friendship. I don't like this. I want si Laharl. I want si
Yeah.
Edna. I want
Yeah,
si Flan. I want those
I like more
guys.
freedoms. Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
those real people. I don't want this edgelord main character na parang,
Harl
look at
rules.
me, I'm so
Yeah,
cool, I'm in silhouette. Fuck that guy. I hate him.
Harl's the dragon, diba? Ay,
Laharl's
dragon
the
tuloy.
first guy. Yung
Dracula.
kid na ano.
Yeah, Larl's the blue-haired kid.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
the
love
demon,
him.
yeah, yeah.
I might love yung other characters sa other sequels, pero like,
Sa 3, I like the 3, yung the vampire one.
pero like yung
Kasi,
4 just
sobrang,
sucks.
here's the cute thing kasi, human yung chicks niya, yung girlfriend niya. Like, yung love of his life, hindi lang girlfriend. Tapos, to appease the girl, sabi ng girl, huwag ka nang pumatay ng tao, no more killing. Tas, okay, sabi nung ni Dracula guy, tas sabi niya, kakain na lang ako ng sardines. Tas yun lang.
Para
That's
siya-
why he eats sardines.
Dude,
Like, at the start, like, literally at the start of the game, it
Dude.
shows you eat sardines.
Dude, he
And the
sounds like,
reveal comes at the very end na on why you fucking eat sardines.
dude, he
No,
sounds
that's
like
right.
he sounds like yung tatay ni Eugene.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Demon King, tapos yung mom ni Eugene said na don't kill humans anymore. So that's why he's starving in like a
Yeah.
tower.
Oh,
I was
right, in Yu Yu
amazing. That's-
Hakusho. You said Eugene. I was like, oh,
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yusuke.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like,
well,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
well, it's Alfred. That's
Yeah,
why
Eugene, Dennis.
Denise.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Si Denise.
Si Denise.
Yeah, I gave an answer na. This Gaia 4, I
Okay.
love yung gameplay, pero like, the story took me out, and then yung main character, I never liked. Like, I never liked.
Okay. How about okay? Here's a good one. Oh no. So now we're moving on to worst villain. Where you like the game?
Pwede, yeah.
Or moving on to that.
Oh,
Worst
I have
villain.
one.
Bad.
Okay.
Go.
Who do you got?
Do you know we're talking in circles? Pero I just love fucking the boss fight. Dun sa end ng
I've only
Earthworm.
played 5 games.
Yeah, yung yeah, which is weird, no? Yung part na yung sa end ng game, yung akala mo mag-boss fight tayong dalawa.
Yeah.
Parang you just eat the goldfish.
Yeah.
And then the
yeah.
cow says, well done.
Well,
As a kid, I was laughing so
no,
hard when I
that
was
game
like,
is awesome. Like yung
uh,
it's like I think the gameplay is really good, pero like I think yung aesthetics really brought it up to like a higher level. Kasi I just love yung guns to Earthworm Jim, and I like
Yeah.
it's just such a weird like. I mean, I know people love how Sonic looks, but like look at Earthworm Jim. That's like great looking level
Yeah.
design.
I agree. But you don't like the villain,
So
is
you
what you're
don't
saying.
like si Psychro or like you like yung
I don't like the goldfish guy. I love Psycho. I
Psycho
also
is
hate
cool.
the book. Yeah. So,
Trying to think of a villain I don't like. I mean, it's easy to pick. For me, it's easier to pick a villain you don't like because all I have to do is think of most of the JRPGs I've played. They've always had a not very good villain.
like who?
It's
Example.
like, well, first one that comes to mind is again Final Fantasy 12.
Okay.
There's a guy. He's just, oh, I want more power, and he gets more power, and it's the same with like Valkyria Chronicles. Same guy is like, I'm bad because I'm bad. It's like that. It's like those. I'll just lump them into one villain. It's the kind of villain. Their only desire is just more power because it's cool and they'll rule the world. You know, like
Yeah,
it's
I
I'm
like
not saying
villains.
yeah.
Yeah, I like
Hold on.
villains now who just do evil shit because they're fucking evil. Like, and
Yeah.
it's just yeah. Like, I guess you're gonna like if you're gonna play Persona 4. Yeah, the villain there is very good. I,
Okay.
he's
Because
the main example of like a guy given powers and he's just a fucking incel, and that's why the dude. It's he doesn't use
I
it to conquer the world. He just wants to fuck shit up. So yeah, I guess
okay.
you're
Because
true.
I don't mind naman na yung cartoony villain that wants to rule the world, but they go all the way. Yeah, like that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't like it when they pass it off like they know, like they think they're doing what they're doing is right. Like I was just doing what was best for my kingdom.
Lysander.
Gonna yeah, like that.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just I just got really I got really kind of sad when I finished Final Fantasy 12 and the villain was just a guy and then he becomes a god and then you kill him. And I don't know. It's because I've heard so much good stuff about other Final Fantasy villains. Like, I mean, Sephiroth obviously is up there.
Yeah.
I've heard the villain in Final Fantasy 6 is really good.
Oh
Trying to
yes,
think of
the clown guy.
Kefka.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kefka.
Yeah,
The
I heard he was
Joker.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yun. I guess I just had high standards and
I
he
wanna
didn't really good
apologize
enough.
pala yung last episode where I said na si Vivi lang yung worthwhile story sa Final Fantasy. I forgot maganda naman yung kwento ng FF7 kasi it's about corporate greed and like fighting yung mga ganong
Yeah.
oppositional forces. Sige, I don't want to be shitty. Cause also I like si story ni Barrett. Barrett has a great story with like
Yeah.
the guy. I don't know if I love
Do you,
si
do you
Sephiroth.
remember playing the snowboarding level on that one on
I have
seven?
not.
Remember?
I have not. Maybe I have not reached disc 2 technically. So, um,
You get to snowboard to seven.
I want to say. I want to say pala na one of my favorite villains, and I think everyone's gonna hate me for this. I think yung mga isa sa best villains ever is like si Idea galing sa FF8. I'll just say that. I know everyone hates FF8, but I really like yung witches, and I really like
The girl witch, the parang anime Ursula. Yun ba yun?
Yeah, pero like I like yung story niya. It's like I don't even remember his story, pero I just like yung vibe of it na parang um para siyang nanay ni Reka sa Flame of Reka. Ganon, na she was good
Okay.
and then she became sort of evil and cursed, and like it's like a recursive thing. Pero I think it's because visually she's very interesting compared sa lahat ng ibang Final Fantasy villains kasi most of them have been what guys na parang kings or like cool looking guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Ganon. Like anime boys, ganon. At least siya yung original mommy villain compared to sa Resident Evil na bago. So,
Yeah, like the Ursula types from like Little Mermaid or something.
Oh, pare yung big titty vampire. By the way, dun sa Pac-Man, speaking of villains,
Yeah.
hindi, villains, like, what were those ghosts? Who are the ghosts of? Like, do you know?
man, I'm not gonna be able to sleep thinking about who those people were.
Yeah, dude, like, fucking, they're trapped.
Was it
Really gross.
there was like a meme na
Blinky,
parang
Blinky, and
there's like
what
a
are
theory
they?
na they're like sins like
Fuck, they're the seven deadly
I might
sins.
be wrong, but like I read. I mean, it's not real.
They're
Like
not
it's like a
even
fan
seven.
theory. It's like a fan theory, ganon. Pero anyway.
They're all of Manny Pacquiao's previous fighters
Pero
in his.
pero
Oh,
technically, ikaw yung bad
so
guy sa
they're all
Pac-Man eh.
Mexican.
They're all Spanish and Mexicans.
You're the
They
bad
all
guy sa Pac-Man.
what?
You're the bad guy sa Pac-Man.
Oh yeah, no,
Right?
I
You're
think I
like
agree.
you're like the Minotaur kasi you're the one that kinakatakutan ng ghost. They're like, 'di ba?
In the maze.
And
Yeah.
usually
No,
the
that's a fair point.
right? Like you're like a monster who just eats and eats and eats and wanders a maze. Tapos there are these haunted spirits na just trying to get out, 'di ba? And they can't seem to find a way out. And then like they try to kill you pero you get to eat all of them in one fell swoop. And then the next level, like
Yeah.
you must be the monster in
It's
the maze.
purgatory or something. Yeah, something like
You
that.
don't have eyes. Pag anyway, um, what we're talking about worst
We'll
villain.
talk about bad villains.
Bad
In a
villain.
bad villain in a game that you like. I like the twist na a game that you like because it's easy to pick a bad villain in a game you don't
I
like.
know.
But like,
That villain in the game that I like.
I guess yung main boss of Far Cry 3, like the final guy, whatever his name was.
That is so
Like,
underwhelming after you
His
killed
boss
boss.
is way cooler. He's just a diet boss. That's what he was.
It's an
Uh,
underwhelming-
I guess. Oh, I know the Queen in Dark Souls 2, the very
Yes.
last boss.
Is it
Yeah.
Sandra?
I don't
Okay.
like her. I don't know.
Ikaw nga,
Maybe
you told me nga, Andren, you hit her 10 times, namatay na siya, yun lang yung ginawa.
Kasi I was so overpowered na.
No, pero,
By the end.
okay, I guess ito, I'll just,
Pero I like the twist na yung queen pala yung kalaban sa uli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pero,
that's a cool twist.
pero
But
I
it
think
doesn't
si Andren,
follow up on the
I
promise.
hated her design kasi she looked like Rastafarian fucking whatever.
HR Giger Rastafari.
Yeah, alam mo naka-dreadlocks yung fucking...
No, pero I think yung nangyari kay Andren, he overpowered. So parang he assumed na it was a good boss.
Oh,
Pero
but-
he was just overpowered. It was not a good boss. I was not overpowered. And like, okay, this sucks. Like, whatever.
The thing is with Dark Souls 1's final boss, with Lord Gwyn,
That was
whether you're
dumb.
overpowered or underpowered, it's still a good boss because the story is that he's a king. He's past his prime.
And then there's the
So-
nice piano.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
sad that you
it's-
kill him. So whether even if you're underpowered and you beat him, like, oh cool, that was a difficult boss. But if you're overpowered and you kill him, you're like, oh, that's sad because he's
And-
clinging to his legacy and
And
whatever.
I did not connect na si Lashandra was yung queen that I saw. Like, okay.
I just got surprised. I was like, oh, it's the queen. And then I kill her. Then that's the end of the
It
game.
would have helped ko may transformation sequence. I'm just saying, parang, oh, that
Yeah.
person. Na I
Yeah.
talked to for like 2 seconds and like ran off.
By the way, you know who's a good villain?
Okay.
Again, I'm sorry, kasi I just keep remembering
No,
at the late
it's fine.
point. You remember that platformer where you chase after the girl? You remember that? What was that?
Braid! Is that Braid?
Huh?
It's not Braid.
Yeah, it's Braid. It's Braid.
Okay,
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
and
knew
like
it.
may mga
That's a
rewind
good twist.
powers, diba? And like yung twists, and like I never played it, but it was kind of cool na. If you reverse the footage, it's you actually
Yeah.
chasing
You're
the
the
girl.
You're the
incel.
villain.
Actually, the
all
girl
along,
running away from it.
Yeah.
Dude, that was pretty cool.
And the bad guy na akala mo, he was the boyfriend na parang, please dude, stay away from my girl.
yeah. Yeah, no, Braid was making a statement against sad boys and simps like way back
No.
before.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
They're making a
Braid-
strong statement about those nice guys that are trying to
No,
Nice girl.
win the girl.
Braid
Yeah.
is talking about yung story ni Jonathan Blow, yung creator.
It was an autobiography.
I did not like yung story and then yung I hated yung writing ng Braid, yung bits na you read, it's just pure trash. Like he thinks that he can write, it's terrible. Tapos parang but like maganda yung twist. The twist was great, pero he says that the twist that's not what the game is about. It's apparently
Dude.
about the
The
atomic
atomic
bomb.
bomb.
Tapos
Yeah,
parang,
I know.
okay,
I've heard of that one too.
Okay, don't want to read
Not,
that.
not since Alucard is Dracula spelled backwards. Have I fucking had that twist so mind blowing?
Honestly, I
Yeah.
was so dumb about that. Like, parang, oh nga, no, I didn't know. Wow,
Oh my god.
so stupid.
It's like the Shining yung red rum. At least yun medyo na-gets ko pa eh. Okay, it's murder backwards.
Red rum. But like
Yeah.
Red Rum is
No.
like you can think na oh he's talking about blood or something,
Or
right?
no, yeah. Or
Pero
he's
like
talking about his dad's alcoholism or
oh that's
whatever. I don't know.
true, that's true. Pero
Yeah.
like yung Alucard, that's a badass name. I'm gonna
Yeah.
name my son Alucard now.
Tas dumaan kayo sa salamin, tas hawak mo yung may personalized t-shirt siya, tas, wait, it's Dracula's
Holy shit.
Dracula backwards?
No, but I like how they justify it. So if you watch the anime of Castlevania,
Okay.
how they retconned it is that his name isn't actually Alucard. It's what everyone else calls him because they call him. They say he's the opposite of Dracula,
That's
Oh,
so they
shut
call
even
him
up!
Alucard as a
worse.
Shut
joke.
up,
That's
writers ng fucking
even
show na yun. Don't
worse.
ruin it.
That's
So
even
it's like, oh,
worse.
he's a
Ang
vampire,
tawag
but
pala
he's
dun sa
good.
anime, when he
That
started crying blood, kasi that didn't make any fucking sense. Like, you're crying your food
I thought
source,
it was
stupid.
cool. No,
It would
I
be
thought
like
it
me
was cool.
crying gravy or
No,
mayonnaise.
it's
Like,
like no, because
Gravy,
no,
mustard.
because we drink water as people, therefore we cry water. They drink blood, they cry blood. I don't know. They pee blood, I
Would you
guess.
rather that he
it's
just
like
peed out
the
of his
Carlos of
eyes?
Blade. Use a blade when it started raining blood dun sa club. I'm like,
It's cool. It's cool.
actually,
You
with
wanna, you
crystal
wanna,
method.
you wanna. I know it's like drugs or whatever. I wanna watch Blade
Yeah,
again.
I've never
actually,
seen blood.
Yeah, but these are like
it's,
cool villains. Like
does it hold up? Does Blade hold up? Ba?
I'm sure it
I
I think
does.
it
think
does.
the
I think
first
yung
one at
first
least.
two. Yung second one does not hold up in the sense of special effects. Kasi mukha ng video games yung CGI nun.
That's
Um,
fine.
And 3 has Triple H, so you should watch 3 also.
Three has Ryan Reynolds, I heard. So
3 is Ryan Reynolds.
three, it's just Ryan Reynolds.
Who's a bad boss na... Who's a bad video game villain? Yung villain sa ano? Sa... Yung naka-wheelchair na beat 'em up, yung kaaway sa dulo naka-wheelchair.
Huh?
What? Wheelchair
What?
beatable.
There's a guy in a wheelchair, tapos biglang tatayo siya, tapos ano, meron siyang harpoon or something. It's a beat 'em up. It doesn't make any sense.
I thought you were gonna say the end. It's a Metal Gear Solid 3.
No, you hate that villain, and I love that villain. That's where we stand on this issue.
Oh, it's just the old guy who dies if you
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah.
No, but if you fight him, it's great.
Nag-away kami ni Giselle kasi, ooh, Mari, I'm just gonna forward the PS2 clock. Wow. Fucking user integrated experience.
It's like on the level of Psycho Mantis. Oh, you play Castlevania. Bleh. I'll give
You've
you
been playing
I'll give you the
Bomberman
worst
3D.
I'll give you the
Why?
worst the worst villain of Metal Gear. And I'm saying this as a no, as a huge fan. It's Hideo Kojima. He's the worst villain of Metal Gear.
No, it's Kodami, dude. It's not
That's true.
Hideo
That's
Kojima.
true.
Maybe it's both. I don't know.
No, I
You know
hope-
who's the worst villain, pare? Yung fucking mga bomba mo sa Bomberman. Like, it's... Like, they're supposed to be your friends. Staham. Dadamay ka kasi sumasabot sa... Like, fuck.
You know who's a good villain? Yung kaaway ni Tommy Vercetti sa ano? Sa Vice City.
Oh, si Lance.
Right?
Basta yung the black guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I like yung fight. I like yung
Yeah,
that was a
very
cool-
Scarface, no? Yung end ng game na yun.
I don't like Scarface. I could never finish it. I thought boring. Pero like I love Vice City. Like I want them to remaster it. I think that's gonna be an amazing remaster.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
You guys
it's
ever
got the
play-
best
okay.
songs eh. Sorry, what?
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I thought you were done talking about GTA. It's
go,
fine.
go,
Like,
go.
you can talk- I was gonna talk about different games. So like,
No, go.
I was gonna say like, you guys ever play Infamous, the first one or the second one?
No. No.
Okay,
I
I'll
put
tell
their
you-
latest game, yung Ghost of Tsushima. Is it kind of similar to Infamous?
Not really. I mean, it's open world, but okay. So I'll. You want me to spoil the ending of the first game because it's okay. So the twist in Infamous, the first one at least, is the bad guy is you from the future, preparing you for an even worse bad guy in the second game. So it's his name is Cole McGrath, and the bad
Cole
guy that you
Giraffe?
fight. I know Cole McGrath. He's dude, and the funny thing is he's a white redneck type hero. And that's why I like him. Also, it's because he's not the typical cool guy. I know he's just some country schmuck. Happens. He's a delivery guy, and then his parcel explodes. It turns out it was this machine that gave him powers, and the person that made that thing explode is you from the future, so that you can get your powers earlier, and then he's gonna challenge you, and he forces you to kill him so that you can make the difficult decision in the second game where you kill the actual main bad guy. It was really complex, but I thought it was cool at the time. I was like, oh, it's me.
Actually, that sounds like some fucking retconning to the max, but like it
You
sounds like some fucking Metal Gear shit.
You should watch
Yeah.
this movie, Los Cronos Crimenes. It's like a Spanish movie, but it's almost mostly silent. As it's like, it's time crimes in yung title. It's really good.
Oh,
You might like it if you like yung time travel stuff. Ganun. Anyway.
oh, you guys ever play Prototype?
Yeah, I did. I never got the story. All I did was fucking get random citizens and choke slam them off buildings. That's
Talk
all
about a game where you were actually the villain. That one, I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
was,
actually.
You
When-
were
because
the
in the
Parang
villain
second
of
game,
you were the
Prototype?
villain na nung umpisa. Kasi all of your powers look like you were the actual fucking villain in
no,
that
I think
game.
that's the point. I'm not sure. I don't know if the developers meant to do that. They made you so powerful, you're basically the villain.
Yeah.
Or you villain in the first one, I think was like your sister or some stupid thing. But in the second game, they made it like, oh, it's actually Alex Mercer. Like, look, he's killing all these civilians. So like, what you did in the first game just for fun, just dicking around, that was canon. And in the second game,
That's actually pretty cool.
It's
Ah.
very
How did-
smart. I like that. Yeah,
In the same way they made Trevor at GTA 5.
exactly. Going back to our previous episode, if you didn't watch your previous episode, you won't get that reference. Okay, you have to watch all our solid content
Yeah.
all the way through.
solid. Sa
Still thinking of the game. It was- Tune in next episode, guys. For just
Giselle's worst villain. I don't know. I don't know. Disappointing.
Is it because you're very? Because I don't know. For me, like when I was a kid, especially when I would pick a game, I'd research the hell out of it because I can only buy one game like a year sometimes.
yeah.
So I better make sure it's a good game. So sometimes I end up never really playing a game I don't like.
Yeah, kasi Giselle is going through his head like the multiple platformers he played, and he's realizing that
They don't have personalities.
platformer stories suck, dude. Like,
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're like good stories. Alam mo yun? Like that was never the intention. Yeah, wala lang. Oh, I always liked si Iggy na Koopa Kid sa Super Mario World.
And
And
one
Ludwig.
of the
Yeah.
the Koopa Kids. Yeah,
I like si Ludwig kasi ganun yung buhok niya. Yun lang.
just like actual Ludwig.
Ludwig Van.
Beethoven.
Um,
Did you know that they're named after musicians, all of them? That's
Iggy
Iggy Pop. Yeah, Ludwig van
ah,
Beethoven.
oh,
Yeah.
hindi mo kilala si
the
T.I.
other-
Koopa Kid. Tapos si
Yeah.
2 Chainz
Yeah.
Koopa Kid.
Lil Koopa. You don't know Lil Koopa?
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz Koopa Kid.
Okay.
Sobrang lazy ng you just got the name of an actor rapper.
Nicki Minaj Koopa Kid.
Unless anyone has like any other topics, I think tapos na to
We can
episode
wrap.
to.
Yeah,
we
no,
can
you're right.
wrap na. Ganun.
Let's end with Nicki Minaj Koopa Kid.
Oh, fuck it. Okay, thank you guys for watching, whoever watched for this episode. We had a lot of fun. And I think
Contact is a strong word, Giselle, pero let's go with
okay,
that.
sige, thank you.
Yeah.
That hurts. I'm gonna try to make like a page and like a YouTube for yung ating mga VODs, ganon, so people can watch and like we could build up like a catalog of like topics. And do you guys have anything to plug?
Just watch Solid OK.
Yes.
That's all.
I saw there was a Netflix promo that Solid OK did, right?
Huwag na yun kasi hindi ako nakas dun so fuck all.
Yeah, I was like, shit, where's Andren? No, you were.
Fuck that, man. Not in it. Only the skits I am in. Okay, ikaw River.
My Gcash number is 0917-736-4180.
Okay. it's been great, gaming gamers, gentlemen. That's really our name, no? That's really our fucking name.
That's why I'm thinking hashtag GG podcast. GG stands for gaming
GG.
gamers or
Gaming
something. I don't know.
gamers, fucking terrible. Okay, guys, ending video now.
All right.
Oh wait, wait, wait,
Right.
wait, wait, wait. Okay, okay, ended na.
Okay.
Yun.
Okay, okay, cool, cool.
Great job,
That's
guys.
good. I always love
Always
doing
fun.
this.
Sige.
Honestly.
Yung main thing naman dito is trying to put it up online sa on like a VOD format kasi this is talking. Thanks guys. Good night.
Bye.
Salamat.
Oh,
Don't
so
forget-
next week. Oh no, Andrew. No. Next week, what do you want to
Yeah.
do? Buddy? What's next week?
Let's talk about that.
Nine in the Woods. All right. Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
good week. Yeah.
Sige,
Three of
sige.
us play.
Tapos we could baka I want to give River like a chance. I want us to talk about Spirit Fair pag natapos ko na. I'm really sorry. I'm
Talk
so
about the
behind.
ending.
Oh.
No, it's fine. We don't rush it, dude. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh, sige, sige.
Yeah. We can talk about Night in the Woods because that's
Let's
a
talk
fucking
about-
quick play.
Yeah, let's talk about Night in the Woods and then games about parang coming of age yung genre or
I
something
love
like that.
that. Sige, sige.
Yeah.
Bye-bye guys. Good night.
Honestly. Bye.
That was fun. It's gonna go live na in a
Live.
bit. I'll say kapag live na siya.
Sige.
Okay, we're live na sa welcome. Welcome everyone to the Gaming Gamers podcast. The podcast of the It's grading. It's horrible na agad. Like I failed na agad sa
That's
intro.
No,
Really
relax.
good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I
it's
kasi
really-
may video, I can see Andren cringing to the left
No,
of
I
me.
am not cringing. It's more of like good job, Giselle. You're doing
Oh,
great.
okay.
It's just how I yeah. Did you see me do like this? But like
Is that yun yung effect nung nung high energy?
No, he got chills. He got chills because
Got
it's so
chills.
good. That was
yeah,
Made
of
you-
the douche variety.